Hello, Internet, and welcome back to the story Nook. I hope you're all doing well. You're all excited. I hope you have water. I've got some. I haven't recorded in a while. I was off for a long time, but I did not get up and actually record, but I have a job interview, and I need to make sure my voice is working. So we're going to be reading some tales from the front desk, and then a tale from our server. Let me open up the correct tab. This first story comes from user Adir Siva. Is it being captured? It is. Perfectly captured. Awesome. And it's titled, I'm Still Stuck Here. Well, you know, those posts I made a while back about getting out of this industry? That didn't happen. I got ghosted again. And I'm still looking. Anyway, this story is a amalgamant tale and not a guest-centric tale. Recently, the new owners, whom are incompetent, have hired a management company to manage us, because they can't handle it. And while I'm still looking for a new job, I can't seem to find anywhere else, so I'm stuck here, facing rapidly changing rules and stupid policies. Anyway, the point of all this context is that up until recently, I've been paid at different rates for my two types of shift. During the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I work the 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. shifts. And during the weekend, Friday and Saturday nights, I work night audit, which is a whole thing of itself. And I've always been paid differently for the night audit and regular shifts. I get $1 more for my night audits. And today I got my pay stub for this paycheck, and I found that I don't get $1 extra anymore for my night audits. They never notified me, which I'm fairly certain is illegal. And by the way, OP, I also feel like that's illegal as fuck, like the shit. Granted, my job is also doing something similar. So I'm like full-time with this company, but they keep... So, like, they said, hey, can you go work in this section for a couple of days? And they said that shit back in November, and I'm still over there. So, I'm just like, anything you bitches say is a fucking lie. I don't trust a damn thing out your mouth. Because I brought it up to them, and they're just like, okay, well, give me until January, and we'll see about putting you back. And they never fucking did. And I am the kind of person, I just get quiet. Like, I'm always quiet. But, bitch, I don't complain because like I got punished for complaining, so I play my fucking exit strategy, and bitch, when I get a new job that pays more and will treat me better, I'm gone. Like, I'm out. Fuck that shit, I'm out. Like, you know, play like the little TikTok meme sound. We're gone. Bitch got other shit to do. But yeah. So, that's a thing, but I also feel like you can't just change what you pay somebody, especially, like, if you have it in writing from anywhere during your time that you get paid $1 more for this night audit shift, that would definitely, I would be going to see an employment lawyer or something, or ask around, because that ain't right. You can't jip me of my money, my dude. So, I get to face stupid checklist for the shifts, which don't make any actual sense most of the time, and now a pay cut without notice. I'm honestly considering just walking out one of these days. Yay! Teal dear, I just noticed a pay cut that I was never notified, and manglement is only making my job harder. I'm almost at my wit's end. I'm also so sorry, Siva. You are probably a wonderful person. Based off of this, you're just tired of your boss's shit, and I understand. I would also be tired of their shit. I'm tired of my job shit. You can't bullshit me. Well, you can for a long time, but after a while, I catch on and I say, fuck you. Alright, our next story comes from Vicente Composer. A timely reminder of why our TVs only have one channel. I mean, I've never heard of a TV only having one channel unless it was a VCR, but okay. I've been training a new hire, NA, for a week or so now, and this could not have happened at a better time. In my opinion, what this job largely is that I find that no amount of official training is sufficient to encapsulate is a long internship for an underpaid position in behavioral health. A sort of ad hoc layman therapist in the most benign, generic way possible, like saying, repeatedly as a guest unloads at you at 4 a.m. The art of affirming a guest's borderline inappropriate personal crisis while simultaneously maneuvering them back to their room where they belong is something not learned through training. At least none that I've ever been through. It's learned on the job, and of course, there are times when it is best just to tell people to go to their rooms. Anyway, so far, the last few weeks, we've had a work crew that leaves early. Sometimes too early for breakfast, and sometimes a little after breakfast starts. Our lobby TVs are set on one channel, the Weather Channel. Boring as it may seem, it is actually relevant for a lot of our guests, and when the weather's bad, we print out an hourly updated road conditions report for major regional highways, etc., updated as requested. Oh, that's so sweet and kind of you. Yeah, because, like, people need to know which roadways are blocked, especially if the weather's bad, like, your phone's not gonna get signal. So that's actually very considerate of you and the people at the front desk where you work. A few days, the work crew asked me to change the lobby TV while they were at the FD chatting before they left to a certain news channel. I do not change the channel ever, and certainly won't to any news channel, even if the lobby seems dead. The entire crew seems to be of one political mind, and they begin lightly teasing me about being part of a certain political party and how odd that is, considering I have a job. I've been fake laughing and shrugging it off until a few days ago. They were delving deeper than usual into their political theories, and were asking me what my views are and who I voted for. Red flag. At that point, I told them firmly and nicely that we don't share our personal political positions with guests or co-workers, and our company does not have a political position. We are here to provide a service to all our guests, regardless of their political views. I think they've lost respect for me because the last several days they've just been breezing by without much more than a smirky nod here and there. Yeah, I'm just like, no, you don't get to know my political affiliation just because you are a patron at the place that I work. Like, I work here, my personal beliefs and shit, that is for me to discuss outside of my uniform, outside of my work hours. Right now, I am here to work, beep boop, get my job done. Politics don't always end in like, haha, I don't agree, but I respect your opinion, especially not if you are in the States. For example, I am very pro-choice. I believe you should have the right to choose and decide what you do with your body. I believe I have the right to choose and decide that I want an abortion instead of carrying a baby for 9 months and then possibly dying because I have health conditions. I believe that you shouldn't force people who are victims of SA to give birth to their children, which is becoming a very much concern right now, and it's very cruel, and I can't believe the Supreme Court decided to overturn that shit. In fact, I'm very disturbed by it having been overturned, and now we get to struggle and fight for that, and eventually they'll try to take other rights away, like the rights to get married and all of that. Did you know that, I don't remember what was the state, but interracial marriage wasn't allowed in one specific state until almost the 80s or 90s, so just a heads up, that wasn't too long ago. It was like 30-40 years ago. I was born in the 90s, so just heads up. They saw our new hire and couldn't contain themselves, I guess, and asked him who who they would need to talk to change the channel during breakfast. I had gone over what's been up with this work crew with our new hire as a means of training and a warning, but that didn't stop him from looking at me a bit panicked when they asked him that. I said we've discussed this before, and if they want to watch the news while they eat breakfast, they are welcome to take their breakfast to their rooms and watch the news there while they eat. Our breakfast/lobby areas are a shared public space. No one gets to pick what channel the TV is on. I felt like I was in parental mode, even though they are all older than me. You'd be surprised the older people act like fucking dumbasses. They grumbled a bit, got some coffee, and left without eating breakfast. I asked the breakfast attendants if they mentioned anything about the TV, and they did, but they said they told them to talk to the front desk. I said good, keep doing that, please, and left a note for the management. They don't seem to bother other shifts. I think they're too tired from work and preoccupied from their cases of beer to bother the staff about the lobby TVs. The ENA trainee asked me if it was always like that, and I said no. Actually, that was nothing compared to what he will probably go through if he sticks around, lol. I wanted to tell him about this subreddit, but that is a terrible idea. I've only told one coworker about it. She's a housekeeper, and I've known her for years, before she started working here. I don't trust anyone else. As you shouldn't. Don't always trust your coworkers. You don't know which ones will keep your secrets and which ones will tell whoever the fuck they damn well please. It gets to be a problem sometimes. Alrighty, let's continue on with our next one, which is also Tales from the Front Desk. Yay! And it is titled, well, it's posted by Aspiring Programmer. Also, how are you guys enjoying my narration voice? If you're still here, let me know. I hope it's been enjoyable, my lovely little narration voice. Let me know if there's any other kinds of, like, stories, subreddits, or things you want me to read. Feel free to send me a fan fiction you want me to read online. Even if it's, like, you know, one you wrote yourself. I'm more than willing to read it. Just note, I will have comments. I mostly read Sonic fan fiction, and I'm very much wanting some fluff, please. If you want me to read Not Safe for Work fan fiction, that will only go up on my OF page. That is all. Let's continue onward. Also, if you like these videos, please click the like button and subscribe. Thank you very much. It does help support me. I am at the subscriber number threshold, but not at the viewer watch threshold to monetize my channel. Please help me get there. You are awesome. Guests that call you for a reservation when they're sitting in front of a computer. I'm growing so tired of people calling in who are sitting there with rates in front of them but choose to call us instead. I get it all the time, and they always try to argue with me about the rates. If you have an issue with the rates, just book with whatever you're looking at. This call I just received was no different, but it was particularly annoying due to the tone of the guest and the information they left out. Guest calls and already knows which date she wants to stay and the room type she wants. She also says she has AARP discount, so I apply that. She did not mention anything else, you know, where this is going. I get it all into our system, and I ask her if she would like the full total or a day-by-day breakdown. She asked for both, so I gave that to her, and she combatively says, well, on the website, it has this amount as the total. Okay, so you're sitting there, literally on the checkout page, showing the full total after taxes, and all you have to do is put in your name and a card, but you called to harass me. It was only a $40 difference, so no biggie, we can price match that. I simply say, what website are you on? We can price match if I see it on my end. She's on our chain website, surprisingly. So I just go to our website, and as I'm doing that, she slips in, yeah, it was a rewards member multi-night stay special. Okay. Is she being paid to waste my time? Oh, I see. You only mentioned AARP. I didn't know you were an awards member. Can I have the rewards number? 5 minutes later. All right, you're all set, ma'am. Have a great night. This wasn't even an older person or anything. I truly cannot fathom why people do this. The website isn't just there for fun. It's a valid reservation system, not just a reference sheet for you to call me and quiz me on it. What's even funnier is she probably missed out on some extra points with that special because we don't have that stuff on our end. We just do the rates here at the hotel. Like many businesses, there's usually an online-only deal. But anyways, I only have 2 shifts left in this industry, including this one. It was fun while it lasted. Psych! Okay, so with this one, I got some comments. Because... 1, I hate actually speaking with people. I get super nervous and I get a little bit jittery and I get tongue-tied and sometimes I'll say like 4 when I mean 2, you know? And so with this one, these people who do this, it's actually been a thing. You can go to multiple different websites and look up basically anything. Like, you can, like, let's say I want to get a pizza. I can go on to Pizza Hut's website, or I can go for, like, DoorDash and all that. And, like, you can go for, like, the whole rigmarole, and then sometimes, like, you'll get one price, but if you call the store and order the same thing, you can get it for, like, a couple bucks cheaper. Like, I personally, not a sponsor, but I would totally love to be sponsored. I use Honey. You've probably seen it. They sponsor several other YouTubers. And so every time I order a pizza from Pizza Hut, Domino's, or Papa John's, I use the Honey thing on my browser, and it gives me like a discount, and I save like $5 to $20 depending on what all I'm getting. Normally when I order pizza, I get a lot because my eyes are bigger than my stomach, and I tend to get it on days when like I want to pop a CBD gummy or I want to drink some alcohol. My one problem is where I live, the only 2 places that deliver are Domino's and Pizza Hut, and they haven't been that great the last couple of times, which is sad. But I do get the whole, like, you call in to make sure it's, like, the price is the same, and that, like, you're not being scammed with, website random fees. Like, Ticketmaster adds fees for the weirdest thing, and they don't even give you fucking parking, for some of the venues, so that was confusing. But apparently the only way you can buy tickets for certain events is to go through Ticketmaster. So that's fun. But, so yeah, I get it. I do it too, but I don't like to verbally call places. What I do is I open multiple browsers and I just go and I pull it up on different places. Like, we wanted something delivered, like, we were both high or drunk, or at least I was, and hubby wasn't willing to drive, and so we wanted like Pacific food, so I was like going through, there's DoorDash, there's Uber Eats, and Grubhub. Those are the 3 main food delivery places, like delivery services. So I'm on each's website going through, looking at the delivery fee for this restaurant we want. Like, and delivery fees for the same restaurant on all 3 sites was a different number. One was $6.99, one was $4.99, one was like $2. $2 was probably the one I went with, but their layout for how they had their food and stuff laid out, like there were certain options that one website didn't have, so I had to put specifically that I wanted no ice in our drinks in the comment section. So, yeah. It happens. It kind of sucks, but I get it. I personally just don't like calling and talking to nobody to double confirm, but I've also have been on, like, the company website itself, but because of the way certain franchises are, like, if you go to, like, Round 1, the arcade, if you go to that website, but then you go to the location, some of the prices are different, and some of those deals aren't available. Or at least it wasn't for the one that was down here that is now closed in my state. And I will never not laugh about it. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to our very last one for this episode of Story Nook, and it is posted by user RepulsiveWin6363. Titled, Local Restaurant Owner Didn't Tip. And it's long and it looks like a big old block of text. No, I did not read any of these ahead of time. I have just been reading these off the cuff. So that is enjoyable. Also, I forgot to make sure it was visible here. This is not an editing error. This is, I'm recording and making sure it's being captured. I am a dum-dum. But yeah. So this is a big block of text. I don't know if y'all capture my cursor or not, but we'll find out. So I am a server at a local, hugely popular bar. So popular that if you want to get in, you should make a reservation because we have room for maybe 5 walk-in tables a night. When people book a table, they're told they get 2 hours from the reservation time to be paid and out because we're so busy. A few weeks ago, I had a table, owners of a local restaurant. First off, they showed up 25 minutes past their reservation time, 7:30, but showed up at almost 8. So we were about to give their table to a walk-in, and they were huffy about having to wait 5 minutes while we sorted that out. Then after the 2-hour mark, they didn't want to pay their bill and wanted to order more drinks. Because they're local owners, we wanted to accommodate them, so we shuffled some other tables around so that they could stay a while longer. Now that we close at 11 p.m. on early nights, weeknights, and 10 on early night. Hold on. There's not a lot of punctuation here. I have regrets. You ever, realize, you're this weird old lady and you just grab a ruler so you can line up and read your shit correctly? Now, we close at 11 p.m. On early nights, weeknights, at 10:30. We do last call and they're annoyed, saying friends are about to join them and they need drinks too. The friends showed up 10 minutes later, so against my better judgment, I let them order. This meant that at a table of 4, there were now 7 people sitting. Oh, that's too many people. When I dropped the drinks off, they tried to order another round. I told them at this point we were 5 minutes to closing time, and last call was long ago. That I can't ask the bar to make more. She was pissed, but didn't say anything. At this point, most other tables, knowing their reservation is over and we are closing, have at least started to pay and head out. Now it's 11 and closing time, which they were well aware of. We decide we have shit to do anyway, let them finish up their drinks. Finally, it's midnight and we're done with everything, besides clearing their table. We had stopped by to drop off waters to try to give them the bill, but they insisted they weren't paying till they were done and getting them to pay. At this point, my manager sends everyone else home besides me and him. I don't mind too much. We get minimum wage paid hourly plus tips. Not just 2 hours like some places. Which I think is a fucking crime that some places can only pay their servers, specifically bars and service places. They pay their servers $2 an hour and the rest they have to make up in tips and still pay taxes on minimum wage. That's bullshit, and that's a law that needs to change. Please vote for your government official who can change that law. Make sure you pay attention to who's running in that fucking Senate and legislature. They make the laws. President's just a yes or no man. We normally don't push people out because we try to make everyone happy. But because it's been 4.5 hours now, when the reservation allows for 2 hours, we are past closed. It's fairly annoying. We once again try to drop the bill. I explain if they pay, I'm not going to kick them out. I just can then do my cash out so they're done and I can go home right away. They say no. At this point, the owner of my bar stopped by and, bless him, was annoyed on my behalf that this was happening. That is a good owner. I have seen many... I've seen some owners. I worked in a place that was family owned and they did not care about people like that. And then I've had management not give a fuck and back us up, which is annoying. To smooth things over, he discounted a few things on their bill and brought it to them himself and told them it's time to pay and leave. Of course, after all this, they tipped 8% of the discounted bill. Now, my owner didn't say shit to them, pulled out his wallet and gave me $50 because he felt so bad and added them to the no reservation list. Ha ha ha! Fuck you bitches. Tonight, we have a private party. Guess who booked it? Yep, local restaurant owner. My boss is amazing and added into their contract 25% auto gratuity, but I'm still not happy to have to deal with her again. I feel like because this is definitely a local restaurant owner, that restaurant owner is gonna be talked shit about for a very long time because they're, being a dick and not tipping people, and all the server has to go around is just like, hey, just heads up, you might want to not want to serve that table. They kind of suck. They don't tip. They're assholes. Because that's what I would do. I would tell, like, all my server friends about them, and then that would kind of shame them, but it wouldn't really stop them from going anywhere. But with that, we are done with today's video. I hope you all had a great time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having a lovely day. I hope you really enjoyed the story, Nook. Yeah. All that good stuff. Let me know what other kind of things you want me to read in the comments down below. You're all awesome. Have a lovely day. Make sure you stay hydrated. If you like some of these videos, go check out my other ones. Also go check out some of my animations. I'm working on some artwork, all that good stuff. Bye-bye! Oh, before I forget, thank you very much to my Patreon Ko-fi supporters. Kaleidoscope Chick, you are awesome. Mwah, mwah, mwah.